In this video, I'm going to show how to create a Google Calendar, how to create events on that calendar, and then how to embed that calendar to a Google site. So with that, let's go ahead and begin. The first step is logging into your Gmail account. So you can see I'm set up here in my Gmail account right now. And then going up to the Google menu, the Google Apps menu, click it, and get into Calendar. Now, if you've never done this before, when you get a Gmail account, you're automatically given a Google Calendar. So you can create more calendars if you'd like, but you automatically have one. And so what you want to do is go into that calendar, and we're going to create a specific calendar that is beyond the calendar that is linked to this Gmail account. My first calendar is Clayton Tree Hall. So you click down on My Calendars. There's a little arrow sign that goes next to it, and you click Create a New Calendar. I'm going to call this one Tree Hall Test Calendar. And I click Create. And if I were to scroll down on my list of calendars, let's see, there we are. You can see it. Now, to add an event to calendar, it really doesn't matter which calendar you're on. And if I wanted to, I would have tons of events on this, but I've chosen to not display them. You just go ahead and click on a date to make an event. And since this is for a virtual classroom, I'm going to say AP US History Homework 617. Now, notice that the calendar that I create this in has got my name on it. It's always going to send you back to the default calendar that's connected to your Google account. So if you want to put it on a specific calendar, then what you do is you click this and you find the different calendar. And this is calendars that I've created plus calendars that have been shared with me. So there's a ton of stuff on here. And so I'm going to do Tree Hall Test Calendar. I can edit the event. I can put the time and all of this. I can put a description. There's a number of things I can add an attachment. Number of things that I can do to this that right now I'm not going to do. So I'm just going to save this. And you'll notice that I've got this here. Now, at this point, I want to add my calendar to my classroom. So I click over here. And what's nice with Google Sites, and this is one of the reasons why I like to use Google Sites for a virtual classroom, is everything is seamlessly tied into Google Apps, and so it makes it super easy to add a calendar or any other Google app to your Google site, easier than it would on any other website. So notice I've got a little space here for calendar. I'm going to embed that right there, and so the way to do that is I click the Edit button. I bring my cursor to where I want my calendar, which is right there, and I go to Insert. When I click on Insert, a menu comes up, and one of the options on the menu is Calendar. So I'm going to, whoop, it's a very sensitive menu. It disappears all the time. So I click Calendar. Remember, I have many calendars, so I'm going to go down to the one that I want, Tree Hall Test Calendar. I'm going to click on it, press Select. Now, the width is automatically going to be 100%. On this particular page, it's a 2-column page, so the calendar is not going to go across the page, but you can set the height and width to this. I know that that's about a 500 pixel bar that I'm going to put it in, so to set it at a height of 500 pixels is going to make it look weird, so I'm going to set 400 pixels. You can choose to use a title and border. You can show all this stuff. I usually take the title off. It just looks weird because it appears in the calendar anyway, so if I don't take it off, it appears twice. So I'm going to put that in there, and I click Save. And let's see what this looks like. Takes a second to go in. And you can see that what I've done here is I've put my homework right underneath it. And in the next video that I make, I'm going to show you how to link those homework things right to the calendar. I thought I'd first show how to do this. If I click on this link, then what happens is it pops up. And if I want to read the details, I can do that. And then what I eventually want to do is put a link in that you can click to read the details, so it takes it somewhere else. Now, this is important. You can embed this calendar wherever you want within your website. So, for example, this is the home page of my virtual classroom. But then I also like to put it on the home pages of my particular courses. So if you go down here, here's a calendar again. This is actually the one I really use, but not the test calendar. But you can see, and what's interesting about Google Calendar, you do not update it at all on your website. Whenever you want to edit it, you are going to edit it from Google Calendar, which you access through Gmail. And you could probably put a link if you wanted. I never do. I just go click and then calendar. But whenever you want to add new events, you put it on there, and wherever you embed it, those new events will show up. So again, going back to my home page, you'll recall that I never put any event here on the website. I put the event in the calendar, and of course it shows up. So that's Google Calendar is pretty simple stuff. So again, now you know how to create a calendar, how to add events to it, and how to embed it in your website. I hope that you find this video helpful.